What is going on, guys? Marcus here with the Reformation Woodshop. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I am sourcing some materials from thrift stores. I've had this crazy idea for a while to make lamps out of 100% reclaimed materials, and today I am pulling the trigger on that. The first thing on my list to get is all of the electrical components that make a lamp a lamp. We got 3 lamps, 2 lamps, 1 lamp kit. We're going to the second Goodwill we have in town. I want to get like 4 or 5. I got 3. I might have one at home already. We got one for $4.99, one lamp, another lamp for like $6.99, and the cord was $5.99, which is weird because it's more expensive than a full lamp. A full kit on like Amazon would be anywhere from $12 to $20 depending on the quality of it. So for something that I can sell for 30 bucks once I make a lamp out of it, it's a pretty good profit. So on to the next store. So the goal was to find the cheapest lamps because obviously I'm just going to end up destroying them. I'm not going to keep the shade. I'm not going to keep the components that house the electrical part. So I wanted to make sure it was as cheap as possible. Oh, okay. You taking that one? How much is it? It's $4.99. We getting it? Hey, you can't just leave. All right, Salvation Army, we scored 2 more lamps, both $4.99, so $5 each. Not a bad deal, $10. Now from Salvation Army, right next door is another Goodwill. I have to drive, it's not right next door, but last stop, and then I think we'll have enough lamps to knock these lamps out of the park. I actually kind of felt bad knowing that I was going to be destroying these and maybe somebody would want them in their home, so I tried to pick the ugliest ones I could find on top of them being the cheapest as well. So before heading home, I stopped at Lowe's and I grabbed me some fancy light bulbs, and they were actually more expensive than the actual lamps. So this better pay off. I guess by buying these, this makes the project not 100% reclaimed, but I'm okay with that. Ta-da! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lamps. This one was $4.99, 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 and this one was $6.99. Something is special about it, and it definitely ain't that. And this was $5.99. So what you're gonna see me do now is to absolutely dismantle all of these, and hopefully all that's left is a cord in each one. So my plan for this video is to repurpose 2 of these lamps to make 2 modern upscale lamps. So I'm not going to show you the destruction of all of these. I will leave that for a later video. My goal is to put out a few videos with several different lamp designs from this batch of lamps that I collected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lamps cannibalized, and 8. I just realized this is like extremely long. Don't know if that'll work. That's not really like the length of a desk lamp. But 8 potential lamps. Like I said, I wanted this project to be 100% reclaimed, so I'm using a 1x4 that was from one of our flip houses. It's got some crud on it, but I will sand it up and make it nice and purty. All right, so I laid these out on the table. Here's what we're going with. Obviously, this is gonna need to be changed, this angle here, so that it can tie into the base. On both of those, we're only going to do the measurements for one because the miter saw will do the rest. These top pieces are too long. Don't like the way they sit. We want the bulb to be able to come down to right here and touch nothingness if it wants to. So we'll probably go up and we'll have our center point right there, which means we need like an inch here. We'll cut off like that much, probably like another inch. So find the angle there, find the angle there, apply it to both, join, cut some holes, and it's done. If you're curious about the angle that you need to be cutting, I made a couple of test cuts on a scrap piece of wood, and 10 degrees seems like a really good angle for this style of lamp. You'll need to make that cut on the top and bottom pieces and on the top and bottom of your long piece as well. Beautiful angles along with a nice cut down. We'll say the wire will go right here. Beautiful. Glue, nail, drill holes, sand, stain, the end. Still wasn't a huge fan of the length of that top piece, so I went ahead and cut it down, and then after that, all that was left to do was to sand. So I'm gonna have the cord for this lamp running through the actual wooden body. So what you're seeing here is me mark 2 holes right in the center where the cord will run in and out. And then I'll do one for the top where the bulb will be hanging out of the lamp. Now it's time to stain it. I'm using Early American from Midwax, and after I'm done staining it and everything is dried and set up, I'll go ahead and hit it with a poly just to make it have a nice gloss. After everything's dried, I will run the electrical cord through the body of the lamp and then pop the head right back on. It's important when making identical pieces that you choose 2 cords that are identical as well. None of my lamps look the same, but a lot of the electrical components did. So I found 2 that were identical, and I used those 2 for these 2 lamps. Before breaking these lamps down, I really didn't know a whole lot about all the connections and things going on inside. But what I can tell you is that there's basically 3 major components that make up a lamp kit. One is the cord, one is the actual mechanism that holds the bulb, and one is the cover or the sleeve that hides all of your connections. First you put the cord on, then you put that sleeve over your cord, then you put the connections into the thing that holds the bulb, which I'm sure there's an actual term for. Then you screw the sleeve into the actual housing and put your bulb in, and you're done. If anybody knows the actual terminology of all of these parts and pieces, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm sure this goes without saying, but if you want to have 2 lamps, you have to do this process twice. So, get it done. This lamp basically displays the light bulb, so I wanted to use a light bulb that was really eye-catching and long. So I'm using the 60-watt Edison bulb. Most of the bulbs I bought would be considered Edison bulbs because of their look, but these are the actual typical Edison bulbs. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. My goal is to make several more sets of lamps, maybe some industrial lamps, more rustic lamps, something a little unique and alien-esque, whatever. I'll try to figure something cool out. I also want to do something really special with that one that has a really long cord, so maybe it'll be a standing lamp, something like that. So if that interests you, or you love this video and you really just want to show me your appreciation, hit that subscribe button so you can see the next one's coming out. I'm going to be working in overdrive this year, trying to pump out as many videos for you guys as possible, so I'd appreciate it if you stuck around so you could see what all is in store. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.